Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Dr. Crypto here, and I hope everybody is doing well. And yeah, who wants to be a millionaire? I do. I'm ready for this parabolic move, really hyped up, feeling mega bullish, because what's happening is now we've had the ETF all sort of die off now, and then everybody is starting to focus on one thing only, and that is the Bitcoin halving, which is only months away. So a lot of things could happen in the meantime. We may get dumps, we might get pumps, or we might just go sideways. Well, we'll all find out. But any kind of major dump is accumulation for me, and that's what I'm going to do, because I view out, I look at the long picture. But at the moment, we can see Bitcoin sitting at $42,942, and we can see a market cap sitting still as yesterday at $1.65 trillion. And also, obviously, a lot of people in the traditional markets, especially, and in crypto, is waiting to see what our friend Jerome Powell is going to come out with today at the FOMC meeting. So do not forget, the Fed have had their 2 days committee meeting. I think it ends today, and then Jerome Powell UK time, I think, comes out around about 7 o'clock to give his speech. So is it going to be dovish, or is it going to be hawkish? Well, we'll soon find out when he comes out today, but we'll get the rates today. That's going to be a market mover. So like when it comes to things like that, just be careful. If you're leverage trading, I just wouldn't, because there's wicks in, wicks out. But the FOMC meeting is always, this specific meeting is going to be absolutely the most important one, just like the ones before that, and the ones before that, and the ones before that. So yeah, but just be careful out there. On a so serious note, be careful out there if you're a short-term trader. But if you're long-term or you're a hodler, nothing to worry about at all. It could open up opportunities. It could open opportunities. We can see here on the bubbles, this is on today. It's a bit of a mixed take, really. We've got Teo there, 9.84%, but I think there's an airdrop coming. I think they're on the Solana ecosystem, and I think there's an airdrop there. So that might be a reason why it's up at the moment. But it's been up quite a bit, actually, over the week. So if we look, it's up 57.72%. So that's really, really not bad at all. Manta up 24%, PulseX at 23%, and we've got Pulse here at 15%, and Hex at 10%. So yeah, lots of things going on. Oh, Ronin, not forgetting that, it's 18%. So everything is looking pretty sharp at the moment. Feed and Greed, we're at 60. Yesterday was 61. Last week was 48. So we've sort of come up a bit more. Greed is starting to kick in. CBBI, 62. If you wonder what CBBI, basically it marks out where it tries to work out where the top of the bull run is, and we're only at 62 at the moment, because if you look at what's happened here in 2013, it was 96 and we peaked out and straight down, and then here we go, 99, we actually came to 100% there. It said it came to 100%, and then that was it, we came down. And then in the previous bull market, it was at 96, 97, and then it called it there, and then we started to make our way down. But at the moment, we're just here. We've got quite a way to go yet before we get to where it works out we're at all-time high at between 90 and 100%. So we're only at 62 at the moment, so it's all looking really, really good. But like I said, we have got the Federal Reserve, so just be careful out there. Is he going to come out today, Jerome Powell? Is he going to come out on the meeting hawkish, or is he going to come out dovish? Obviously, a lot of people, a lot of analysis will be watching out for this, because obviously, we're looking at the jobs market at the moment. Jobs have actually gone up in the US. So is that going to cause concern to Jerome Powell? Because obviously he doesn't, the markets, the traditional markets do not want, I know it sounds contrarian, but the traditional markets just do not want to see job increasing. They want to actually see less jobs, because that means then less spending. Well, less spending means it helps with inflation to bring that down even more, because don't forget, they want that 2% target. Are they going to get to that 2% target? A lot of economics analysts are saying basically they don't think it's going to get down to that. They think it's around about that 3%. But obviously, Jerome Powell has got his target there of 2%. That's what they're aiming for, and that's what they're going to go after. And obviously, they've got to be careful as well. A lot of turbulence at the moment for Jerome Powell, because obviously we've got the elections coming up in the United States. So he could be pressured either way in terms of what he does, or maybe on this meeting, I don't know, or maybe on the next meeting. We don't know, but lots of things can happen. So if you're there and you're leverage trader, something like that, for me, I wouldn't be doing that. I don't leverage trade anyway, as I mentioned before. But if you are, be very, very cautious. Have a plan. Have some risk management there, because we could get these wicks to the upside and wicks down to the downside and cut a lot of people out. And yeah, just be careful out there as well. But let's just take a quick look at TAP Global. Well, because if you look at what TAP Global is from about 2020, obviously that's the top of the bull market. They just came in there and it's just been downwards, and we just basically flatlined, a bit of a lump there, a bit of a pulse there, and then basically we've just been flatlining again, and we've had quite a bit of a drop here. I think it's around about 79%. And this was from the listing of Bitfinex. So we come up here on Bitfinex and we've dropped down to around about 77% from that. And obviously we have been coming down prior to that. But, for me, I haven't sold anything. I've still got the TAP Global, and I can understand the people's fear, because you just got to bear in mind, this is a low cap. In the stock markets, this would be like a penny stock or something like that. It's high volatility. It can go highly up and it can go down very quick. And like with any investment, it could go to zero. I'm not saying this is going to go to zero, but there's always a risk. And I say it in every TAP Global video. There's risk comes with every investment you have. And this is it. If you've got to put more money, you should never put more money you're willing to lose. That's my first ever motto. And that's in all the years I've been in stock markets. I've always been comfortable in what I do. But when you look at it happen, because basically we had Bitfinex and that brought in a lot of liquidity into XTP. And obviously we know what happened with Bitfinex. They basically gone pretty under. And then it all got transferred over. They found at the end Bitfinex. But so a lot of the trading at the moment is either on Bitfinex or actually on the TAP Global app. And the problem is, and I've said this in previous videos, it's liquidity. Because of low liquidity, it can get manipulated very easy. You could get somebody really who just say put 5 grand in or 10 grand in, and that could push the price up quite significantly. But if you've got somebody putting in 100 grand, that's really, really going to pump it straight up. Or if they take 100 grand out, it's going to drop down quite significantly because the liquidity. And the problem is, I've said before, and I've always said on the videos, that, TAP Global needs to get on more exchanges. They need to get more liquidity. Now, the problem is, are they going to be able to get on these exchanges? Because they are a competitor to other exchanges. You see, but that's not to say that they're not going to be able to get on other exchanges, because you've got BNB, which trade on other exchanges. So it's got like CRO that trades on other exchanges too. But also, you just got to bear in mind what's happened with the market now as well, because we had the ETF hype. A lot of the people who have come in now to jump on this ETF hype have now sort of disappeared, really. So we're going to get the next lot come in, which is going to be for the Bitcoin halving. So obviously that might move the market up, and obviously still, if the Bitcoin goes up even further, then I probably expect XTP is going to start to make a little bit of a move as well. And we see here, people call it a scam coin. Look, you go to every project, every crypto project in this space, there's going to be people who are going to call that specific project a scam. You're going to get the bullish people and you're going to get the bearish people. That's just the way the market's run. I've been in the traditional markets for quite a while. I own things like Coca-Cola and all sorts I own. And you get people in there. It's a scam. Everything's a scam. Because they've either they've missed out on something, or they just basically just do not like it. And, it is what it is at the end of the day. That's what you're going to get in the market. You're going to get various things happen. But in terms of XTP, we've just come down on the, come down on flatline, basically. But like I said, it doesn't help with this. And obviously, I'm really bullish on this because Global is like, it's on the Aquis Exchange. That is what it's in. It's on the Aquis Exchange, and basically you see everything that happens on there. If the directors sell or the directors buy, you see it all. You get to see their accounts. Just for an example here, we could go with operation highlights. Let's just go through this quickly. TAP Global relisted on the Aquis Stock Exchange, reverse takeover RTO, TAP Global January 23, and raised 3.1 million in gross proceeds, part of the RTO, primarily for strategic investors already active in the cryptocurrency business project. TAP registered users increased 82% to 162,000. That's up from 2022 to 89,000. Tapcoin listed on the platform increased 133%, taking a total 42 cryptocurrencies, up 18%. Tap maintained its geographical footprint to 44 countries, not just UK. It's in 44 different countries, and it is going to go to the USA. Obviously, I really do think that it's going to happen probably this quarter. Obviously, a lot of eyes in all the exchanges are looking at what's happening with Coinbase and the SEC legal case on that. So that's going to be a big catalyst to what actually happens. And it also, TAP secured a deal with Bitfinex, which we can see here, for its users who can opt for a Mastercard managed by TAP. David Hunter was appointed group chairman from Crypto on TAP CEO in May of 2023. And you can see what's happened. Everything is moved up. The volume, obviously the price we've seen in XTP has dropped. But what we have seen the user growth has gradually increased, which is absolutely good for the TAP. And do not forget, there's basically, they are doing the burns as well. It's like, don't forget, the money TAP makes, the money they buy back and burn reduces supply increase to the total value. It's like anything. Less tokens, more users come on and buy the demand, and less supply means it gets more valuable. And that's how it works. And we've got a US exchange will be a huge revenue booster, because as soon as they get there and the people in America see what TAP Global have done and how they work, and they are on the on Aquis, just like we've got on the Nasdaq, we've got the Coinbase, and everybody sees what their accounts are. They see what money they are making, and that's the same with TAP Global. People will see what money TAP Global is making, which is a big confidence booster. And also, you can also get the TAP Global card. And basically, and like I said, when a few big sales come in, you tend to find, when it's low cap like this, when you get like big sales like we've just had, people panic and sell more. And what happens is that triggers more of a sell, and it starts to spiral down. But it'll come to a point where it will stop, and then it will just ease off. And that is when people like me will come in and start buying more. And I bought more. And that, because when this USA thing happens, and it will happen, and we keep on hearing, oh, it's going to come to America, it's coming to it never happens, it never happens, it never happens. But we've had regulatory issues in America, and TAP Global have done the correct thing about holding off on things like that. It is going to happen, and when it does happen, we're going to see a large amount of growth come into TAP Global, because people are waiting to come onto TAP. It will happen. So for me, and like other influencers who talk about TAP Global, we don't care about the day to day. We haven't put money in probably. If it ever did go to zero, yes, it's not going to be great, but it's not going to break our bank, because we diversify our portfolios in lots of different cryptos or markets, or in property or something like that. I never put all my life savings in or anything like that in any project. I diversify in property, in the traditional markets, in crypto. I do it all, because if one goes down, I've always got another. But these are just not going to go down. We've had short-term price action on this. It could go down even further. But that means to me that's a bigger opportunity for me to buy in. And that's what I'll be doing. And that's what I have done. But like I said, come low cap, you're going to get more volatility. I'm not scared. I'm not worried at all. I'm looking at the future of TAP Global and what can XTP do. To me, this is my own personal opinion. It's not financial advice. You always do your own research. For me, I've bought a little bit more. And if it drops down that little bit more, I'll buy that bit more. Because when it does go to America and things happen, I really do see this is going to be, could be, financially, makes people financial free. But you've got to have risk and you've got to have a plan, a risk management plan. You never go into anything without any kind of plan. And do not borrow money. Do not put it on your credit card. Do not remortgage your house. Do not get loans. I wouldn't do that. That's my own personal opinion. I don't do that kind of thing. I only ever put money in that I have a little bit on the extra just sitting there doing nothing. And I think, well, let's put that to work. That's what I do. So I thought I'd just give that a bit of a cover just to do that. And, you know, take care out there and basically have a plan. That's all I say. Have a plan and never put more money you're willing to lose. That's all I say. And that. So hope you enjoy that. Give us a thumbs up and give us a like and give us a subscribe. It's always much appreciated. And I'll see you soon in the next video.